Hello. So, how are you all? I'm Ron. How are we getting on? It's good to meet you. Um, so what I'm doing is I'm planning a bit of a trip, right? And I wanted to throw it up on, what do they call it? Is it a V-blog or Vlog or video log or YouTube or whatever? I don't know. I don't know the actual terminology for it. I should know it, being an IT person, but I don't. I'm the world's worst when it comes to cameras and recording things. I'm sure a lot of my friends will tell you that whenever there's a camera is produced, Ron runs to the opposite room. I don't like them at all. But I'm going to try. Okay, I promised some people I would try to do it, so I will try to do my best. Bernie. So basically, I'm traveling with this here bike over here, as you can see it parked over there. We'll talk about it in a while. Myself and that two-wheel machine are traveling to Poland. Yeah, so we're going driving all the way to Poland and back here to Waterford. So it could be a bit of an epic trip, bit of a fun and games. Nice way to spend 2 weeks. So what I'm going to try and do, because I'm the world's worst person when it comes to videoing anything or to actually making an effort to record anything. But I did promise people that I would try at least to video the trip and make kind of a what is it called? Video logs or vlogs or vblogs or whatever they call them. I might know a YouTube video to get to record it. Okay. So yeah, let's just have a look at what we're doing first. Okay. So let's change over the cameras and have a quick. So basically, what we're doing is, when I say we, by the way, I'm going to say it's the royal we. It's me and El Motorcyclo. Okay, so it is 11 countries and a total of about 7,478 kilometers. Yeah, countries: Ireland, France, Switzerland, Belgium, Germany, Czech Republic, Poland, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Liechtenstein, and Austria. So I think that is going to be a pretty epic one. Let's have a look at what we're doing or where we're going and what we're actually planning. Okay, so we're here in Lismore, and the first day is going to be Lismore to Rosslare Europort. Probably the biggest anticlimax ever in a motorcycle journey. That's what I'm going to think it's going to be anyway, because I've prepped for so long for this, and I think just that small run is going to be difficult, because I am so ready to go on this, and it's only about 2.5 hours. So Lismore to Rosslare Europort, then I jump on a ferry in Rosslare, and I travel all the way down here in the Irish Sea and across in the English Channel and to Calais, not Calais, sorry, what's the name of the place? Cherbourg, to a little place called Cherbourg. From Cherbourg we jump off the ferry and we travel to the Normandy cemeteries, round about here, Normandy cemeteries. And then from Normandy Cemetery, he's going to do a kind of tour of Normandy Cemetery, try and find maybe a World War II museum along there somewhere. Stop and have a look at it. So from the Normandy Cemeteries, we're going to travel up along here, back onto the coast again, and going to camp overnight in Camping Marples in Calais. So that's actually night 2. That'd be the 7th of May. So night 2 is here in Calais. From Calais, going to travel along the coast road, then down, cut across the border. The French border into Belgium, down kind of outskirts of Brussels and around by Antwerp, then cross over the border again, the Belgian border into the Netherlands, and from the Netherlands up here to Amsterdam, and we're going to stay in their hotel. I keep saying we. I will be staying in a hotel, the Bulldog Hotel in Amsterdam, in the De Vellen, I think, the area, close to the red light district in Amsterdam anyway. That's where we're staying that night. That's night 3, the 8th of May. And then I have this absolute epic long journey, right? I really could have planned this better, right, when I look back at it now, okay? So this massive long endurance run, right, from the Bulldog Hotel in Amsterdam, down through Netherlands, across the border into Germany, down by Esseno, over by Kassel, then down by Leipzig, down to right over the Czech Republic border, and down to Prague. So that is an absolute monster of a run, okay? It's going to be real endurance riding there. It's going to be a difficult one, but I'll give it a go. I'll be looking forward to my bed that night. I'm camping overnight here in ATC Buzek in Prague. That will be on the 9th of May, night 4. And from there then it's a short enough run to a place called Kuntna Hora. I didn't name the place, don't give out to me. It's where the Church of Bones is in the Czech Republic. So it's a short enough run there. Could be quite interesting to have a look at it. I'll explain more when we get close enough to it. From there, it's down through the Czech Republic to a place called Osiek here. Molo camping in Osiek. Osiek is in southern Poland, so we're crossing the Czech Republic border into southern Poland and camping overnight there. The reason we're camping in there is because it is close to Auschwitz-Birkenau concentration camp. It's only a 20-minute journey between the campsite and the concentration camp itself for a tour there. This is going to be a pretty short enough day. Night 6 is going to be day was it day 6? Is it day 6? Yeah, it's going to be a pretty short day. The reason for that is because I know I'm going to be absolutely drained after, physically and probably emotionally drained after a tour of Auschwitz. So I don't want to, overdo that one too much. So it's going to be a Auschwitz-Birkenau for a tour, and then I'm going to go further east to the salt mines I think it's the Velka salt mines, which are kind of a little further east here, and then back to camp overnight in Krakow, in camping Klepardia in Krakow. So that's night 6. Night 7 then is literally from camping Klepardia, traveling kind of northeasterly up to Weszka, which is in Poznan, where I'll be meeting up with my partner Magda and our 4-year-old little boy Ethan. We're going to a communion. I have 2 days up there in Poznan. We're going to a communion for Victor, which will be Magda's nephew. His communion's on, so we're going to go to that. So 2 days rest up off the bike, and then we travel the big run home. The run home is leaving Poznan, which is again is here, traveling down this way, big long run to get south, and staying overnight in Vienna, in Donau Park camping in Vienna. That's on the 15th of May. From there, night 2 on the road, on the return journey, is the longest run, I think, of the return leg. It's from Vienna all the way over to Switzerland. But along the way, we're going to stop and have a look at Berchtesgaden, the Eagle's Nest, where Hitler and Eva Braun had a little love nest. But I think it's up in the Alps, and it'll be quite interesting to see it, From there, it's up bordering around Munich, down into Liechtenstein, close to Zurich, and to night 2 is in camping Talacker in Switzerland, which is up in the Alps as far as I can gather. So I'm kind of fascinated with mountains. I think they're beautiful. So that's the 16th of May. Now, from there, going to head kind of northerly up past Strasbourg. I may have something on there. Hopefully something will pan out there. But up to Strasbourg, across Strasbourg into across the French border, from Switzerland into France, from the French border then into Luxembourg, and from Luxembourg into Belgium, and we're camping overnight in Bastogne in the Ardennes forest. Massive history of Bastogne is where the 101st Airborne Division were part of the big battle of Bulge in the Ardennes forest in World War II, so quite interesting to get a tour of Bastogne. And right next to Bastogne, for any motorsport fans, is Spa-Francorchamps racecourse, the Formula 1 racecourse where Jordan took their first win. I'm not sure, it actually was their only win, I don't know. Giancarlo Fisichella, as far as I remember, won the race. So when I bring the bike up there and even just get a photograph next to the bike, next to the gates of the place, and to see where it happened, From there, then it is a run kind of southwesterly, get my directions right, southwesterly into Paris, into France and into Paris, and we're camping overnight in Paris. I thought that'd be pretty neat. So I want to get some photographs of the bike near the Eiffel Tower and stuff of that nature, so I think it'd be pretty cool to do a bit of a camp in Paris itself. From Paris, we're going to head basically westerly right the way to Roscoff for to catch the ferry, but along the way there's a little matter of Le Mans racecourse. So from what I can gather, you can actually drive the main straight of Le Mans because it's public road, and I think the first two corners as well. I'm not sure on that, but definitely the main straight. So I want to take my bike down the main straight of Le Mans racecourse. I think that would be absolute dream come true territory. Even if it is just a public road, I think it'd be pretty cool to drive the bike there. From there then, it's up here to catch a late ferry. I think it leaves at like 11 o'clock at night or something. Then it is from Roscoff, snoozy time in the ferry, all the way back to Cork. Once I get to Cork, there is a bit of an option, right? I could, if I am absolutely wrecked, just call it a trip and go back to Lismore, crawl into my bed and sleepy voo for a weekend. Or the other option is actually a bike rally on in Thurles. The Vulcans MCC are having a bike rally in Thurles, and I'm pretty sure some of my brothers from the Green Knights will be there, and it'd be great to catch up with them and kind of celebrate the last of the trip, or the end of the trip, with meeting up with the guys. You know, I think that'd be pretty neat. So it depends on literally tiredness and everything else as to whether I'm going to be able to make that, but I'm keeping an open option on that, so hopefully we get to the end of that, right? So that's the trip. Let's go have a look at the bike. I'll go through the specs of the bike because many people haven't seen a bike kind of like this. It is a Yamaha Raider. I don't know how many there are in Ireland. I know there's not very many of them around. I know definitely of one other one in Waterford. There's a bike club in Waterford. One of their guys has one of them, not the same colour. It's a kind of a silver one with more chrome in it. This is the 2014 version, limited edition. 500 of them built. So go through the specs of it. I have my little notes here in case you see a shadow. I'll be reading notes. So it's 2014 Yamaha XV 1900 Raider SCL. It is in total 8.43 feet long. It has a wet weight of 340 kgs, so it's quite heavy, but a lot of the weight is kind of low down in the engine. There's a low seating saddle, low saddle size in it, or low saddle height in it, so it's quite easy to maneuver. 15.9 litre tank, so she is quite economical on fuel. Tyres, I'm using Pirelli Night Dragon tyres. Is a 180 in the front and an absolute monster 240 at the back. Okay, it's quite a large tyre at the back of it. The brakes on it, the front, it has dual hydraulic brakes in the front, and there's a single hydraulic disc brake at the back. The cool thing, what I like about the bike is, as you can see from this angle, I would say it has a 39-degree rake in the front of it, so it makes it quite kind of a chopper look. If you're going to turn get it onto the camera together, it has a real chopper look to it. You know, it's a mean looking bike. The engine itself, it's a V-twin, as you can see. V-twin engine, 4-stroke, air cooled, fuel injected, 2-cylinder, 8-valve. It's the OHV push rod configuration. It produces 2,500 torque RPMs. It is an absolute monster. To put that into old money, if I put it that way, it's 0 to 60 in 4 seconds. So it is an absolute warhorse. Big bike and fun. It's a 5-speed, and unlike a lot of bikes you see, it is actually a chain-driven bike. Or sorry, it's actually a belt-driven bike. As you can see here, belt guard and the belt at the back of it. Yeah, so that is the bike itself. I'm not a great fan of cameras, but I will have, as you can see, a small camera mount in the front of my bike here, in front of my my gear change, on the engine guard. so it'll show a bit of the front wheel and what's going on ahead of me. I'll be carrying hopefully a second camera with me as well. I'm not sure, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I haven't really thought that one out yet. The clock's in the front of it, as you can see, it's clocked to 140 miles per hour. That's the one major problem with this, is that the actual clock is in miles per hour with the smaller digits in kilometers, so that could be a bit awkward from running from the pilot's eye. Modifications to the bike, I haven't done very much to it. What I have done is I modified the tail light. There is a kind of a, on the original version, kind of a cowl comes down to around here, which would have the indicators on either side of it, and it has a place for your license plate. I took that off because I want to show off the big back wheel, and the light in front. So what I have instead is the X Blaster light, which is integrated, so when I indicate it lights up either side of the light, you know. I can show that. I can just turn it on there and show it. So if I hit the indicator, as you can see, it indicates on half the light. The other modification I made was just the put the side license plate on and wired a small light into it as well. There's not much modifications done to the bike at all. To be honest with you, I just really liked the look of the stock version of the bike. I've also got straight through pipes. As you can probably see, I took the mufflers out of it because it sounded like a kitten with the mufflers in, and with the mufflers out, it sounds a hell of a lot better. Yeah, it has a real mean sound to it. So yeah, she's a big bike, big girl, and that is the other person in the big bike trip with me. Not really a person, unless you're a biker, then you get exactly what I mean when I say she. Oh, I suppose I could refer to this guy in front here. Oops, my finger in the way of the camera. Refer to this guy in the front here. Call him Fred or something. It's my Punisher skull in the front of the bike. The light in the way of it. A little Punisher skull there in front of my bike. So yeah, that is the machine that I'm riding on. So that's kind of it for video one. Okay. Next video I'm going to go through packing up the bike and stuff, which has kind of been a big concern for me. Every time I've done a bike rally, I've been kind of mindful of this trip coming up and what I'm packing and how I'm packing it. And I think every bike rally so far, the luggage has almost fallen off my bike. So this is beginning to become a real problem for me. I don't have hard boxes. I don't have a sissy bar where you can strap luggage to it. So it's kind of awkward. So stay tuned for the next video. Hit like and subscribe. I'm not sure where they are on your screen. They're somewhere or down here somewhere. Hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. Thank you. Bye.